On, fam. How y'all doing? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's good, family? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? It's a good Friday night. It's a good Friday night. What's up, fam? How y'all doing? What's up? How y'all doing? What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? Sloth King, what's up? We're gonna start in I guess what, 45 more seconds. What's up, fam? How y'all doing? Peace and love, Philly. What's up? What's up? Y'all, we're gonna start in under like 30 seconds, about 30 seconds, y'all. 1 minute and 30. What's up, fam? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? 5 times 5, 25. What's up? What's good, fam? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all night going? That's good. That's good. Shalom, shalom. Happy Shabbat. Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shalom, Yasharallah. Shalom, Yasharallah, fam. All right, look, let's get to it. So pretty much tonight, I'm gonna be explaining something to y'all, right? Because I mention it a lot in my videos, but this is very important. And the reason why it's so important is it's just to get more edification. Because since people been using it, banks been catching on to it. Back then, banks used to overlook it, but let me get into it. The title of this video is Authorized Users is Not Enough. It's not. Because simply putting it like this, right? Let's just say let's just say if you got a trade line, right? And let's just say if that trade line is $50,000 limit, right? So you got a $50,000 limit on your trade line. And so with that $50,000 trade line, let's just say if the history is 15 years, that's substantial, right? It's really good, right? But usually authorized users are good for getting a higher credit score. So when people get a authorized user, it's not really to build up your report. It's actually to just give you a better credit score. And also, most of the time when you get an authorized user account, it's just good for your credit. So you might have a 600 credit score with nothing on your report, but you decide to put an authorized user. Once you put an authorized user on, now your credit looking like it's at what, 780 or something like that, 750. You get what I'm saying? So an authorized user is not good enough, especially when the banks just send it through its automated system. Because the automated system is going to detect everything on your file. They're going to say, oh, he got this on his profile, boom, and stop. And it's going to say the account is going to show the account. Let's just say Wells Fargo, right? And it's going to show the limit. Limit look good, and it's going to show something that a lot of people overlook. It's going to call responsibility. And guess what it's going to say on responsibility? It's going to say authorized user. It's not going to say individual account. It's not going to say that. It's going to say authorized user. And so since you're an authorized user, the bank's going to say, you get what I'm saying? So this is another thing that you can get out with authorized user accounts. Usually, when you go through credit union banks and you go through small, desperate banks, those are the best banks to use an authorized user with. Why? Because some banks are so thirsty to lend out so they can make money that they willing to lower the criteria for a lot of people. Case in point, when I originally went through Navy Fed, with an authorized user, I had about a $30,000 limit, but it was only 2 years old. But Navy Fed at the time that I applied, they was thirsty to get everybody in. They was like, okay. But right now, Navy Federal tightened up their lending requirements, right? So that's the same thing with mortgage lenders. I went through one mortgage lender. They see my credit. It was good. Everything passed. But it was just the littlest glitches that they seen. They said, oh, nope. But some certain lenders has less lending criteria and they want to make money. So they decide to take a risk. You get what I'm saying? So you really just got to find a bank that's perfect for you. So in some situations, you might be dealing with a lenders like Chase Bank. They don't have to give you nothing. They don't owe you anything. You get what I'm saying? Hold on one second. So like a bank like Chase Bank, they don't got to give you nothing. They don't owe you nothing. Chase Bank is fully established. That's $1 trillion company, right? But you might have a little neighborhood bank, like let's just say something like DCU or NASA Federal Credit Union, where the lending requirements is way less. And I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I would rather deal with a small local bank because guess what? When you deal with companies like DCU Credit Union, a lot of people start off with $25,000 limits. And when you start off with Chase, a lot of people start off with $1,500 limits, $1,000 limits, at the highest probably 5,000. So you're talking about a $5,000 limit compared to a $25,000 limit. You can't even compare it because one is 5 times higher than the other. So you just got to know where to use your authorized user at. Now, some advice that I would say is a lot of people ask me, man, what bank should I go to? What product should I seek? So I'm going to explain it like this. When you checking your credit criteria, I need you guys to understand this one thing. Banks look for installment accounts. That would be a personal loan, auto loan, mortgage, and etc. They're looking for revolving accounts. They mean accounts that you actually own, not no accounts that your mom saying you own to, that your cousin saying you own to. That's okay, but they're not looking for that. They're looking for actual individual accounts, which will be revolving. Also, they're looking for a mix of accounts. They don't want you to just have one credit card and think you're finna leave the dealership with a Rolls Royce. No, they want you to have a mixed portfolio. I want you to have a little bit of mortgage on your credit. I need you to have some auto loans on your credit, and I need you to have some credit cards on your credit. That's mixed of accounts. The fourth thing they look for is history. How much history do you have on your revolving accounts? Now, mortgage accounts is not the same as a normal revolving accounts because mortgage is really just the installment. People look for mortgages. So let's just say if you had nothing on your credit but a mortgage, you surpass everything. You actually meet all the requirements because everybody want to lend to you. And that's one of the highest things. And they don't usually tell people that because I don't know, it's like banks don't really tell this type of secret. They'll just let people apply just to take your information and run them inquiries on your credit and not telling you, hey, we need this on your credit. You need that on your credit. So I'm going to be the first person to tell you that, yes, you're going to need a home on your credit. You're going to need some form of real estate on your credit because that shows stability to the bank. So when the bank run your credit application and they say, yes, you have a conventional loan on your credit, you have a VA loan on your credit, you have an FHA loan on your credit, and you paying back an X amount of dollars on a mortgage on a month-to-month basis, the banks feel very comfortable with lending to you. Trust me. They feel very comfortable. When you go in my bank and you got them on your credit, you're going to get exactly what you're asking for. You want $100,000 loan, we'll give it to you. And most of the time, I'm going to tell you something crazy. I know people that don't even meet the income requirement, but just because they have certain things on their credit report, it will enable them to get approved for anything. So you can say, hey, you can lie to the banks because remember, everything is really stated income, right? So let's just say the person with the authorized user account, right? He going to Chase Bank. He applied for a Sapphire card, right? So by him applying for the Sapphire card, let's just say he got a $30,000 card limit and that card been old over 20 years old, right? So once the bank check his criteria, it's gonna be low. They're gonna say, okay, all it shows is he has an authorized user account. That's good to get a bank account with them, I guess, but as far as credit, they're gonna look at you like, well, and let's just say he lied on the application. I make $1,500,000 a year. Well, you can say that, but your credit report doesn't show that you even took on a substantial amount of debt. So we can't trust you. Boom. Let's just say a man say I make $60,000 a year and he paying off $100,000 home. Sir, we can give you that card. You get what I'm saying? Because the goal is to transfer debt to people who can manage it. So that's the goal of the United States Federal Corporation, to put debt in the hands of those who can manage it, not just to splurge, to throw it off. You get what I'm saying? It's a debt-based system, but they don't want you to literally just throw the money away. So you just gonna go to Saks Fifth and max out the card and do what? You get what I'm saying? So they actually want someone who can actually manage the debt. That's why the rich is getting richer, because if you put $600 million in debt in the hands of Apple, Apple's going to buy more real estate. Apple's going to buy more development companies. Apple is going to continue to sustain the debt. So whoever is able to sustain debt is rich. That's all it is. Because remember, there's no money. It's not like they're gonna give you a gold and silver every time you make some money, because you're not making money. You are only obtaining debt. So since the rich get rich off using debt, you got to find out, okay, this is what they use, this the strategy, this how it work. You get what I'm saying? So another thing, right? So since the authorized user is not enough, what is enough? You want to make sure that if you do want to start your credit, let's just say you start from something fresh, right? You're gonna go through a bank called Austin Capital Bank. Austin Capital Bank allows people to get something called a secure line of credit. A secure line of credit is pretty much you putting up your own money in order to secure a line. So if you put up $5,000, $10,000, you can pay back on that, and it goes into a savings account. So that means all of the money is going to be refunded to you at the end of the term. But in the meantime, since you got that secure line of credit, and you paying them back on a month-to-month basis, it's going to show as an installment on your credit, which is good, because a secure line of credit is very good on your credit. And actually, you go to Chase Bank with that authorized user, with that secure line of credit, that primary account and that authorized user, you might can get some play. You might can get something going. Now, would you go, like, can you expect the type of limit that a person who owns a house going to get? No, because they still look at you as high risk. The reason why they look at people who don't have a mortgage on their credit as high risk is because usually they looking at people who can manage and maintain substantial amount of debt. That's all. I just explained that, but I just want to explain that. So if you do got an auto loan on your credit that you paying back for 75,000, 50,000, then you good. You good. That's stable. That's very stable, and they're gonna trust you. Yes, you can put a trade line on the EIN. You can't put a trade line on a. So look, another thing, fam, right? So this is what I want to explain. So I'm thinking about doing a Zoom class, right? So I want to think, what should we start with first? Should we start with status correction? Should we start with building a credit profile using the EIN? Or should we go into game, like talking about what I use, what plays I run, like how to maximize the amount of credit you can get from a bank, how to get a house, like stuff like that. So A, B, or C. A will be changing your status. B will be building a personal credit profile using EIN number. C will be learning how to maximize your credit. So A, B, or C, family. A, B, or C, which one? A, B, or C? C? Cool. A, C. One more. Whoever get three of the same, that's going to be the winner. Three of the same. Y'all don't come at once. Don't come at once. Oh, okay. How do you use the EIN? Some application requires you'll put your date of birth. Yep, C. All right. So C. So y'all want a Zoom class that we talking about credit and how to maximize it to the fullest extent. I'll show y'all. But I'm gonna tell y'all something crazy. I got off the phone today with my lender, and the same thing I was telling y'all in my last live about the construction loan. Come to find out is you can put up 5 to 10% towards a construction build. Remember that blueprint that I had for a while, y'all? Now everything is coming to fruition, because if that's the case and we can get a construction line of credit, that would be the next step to get a home build and sell it. That would be the next step right there. So C, y'all. Okay, we're gonna go with C. Oh, okay. We're gonna go with C. I'm gonna make the announcement soon. I'm sure gonna let y'all know. I just gotta, put everything in place. So we're gonna be dealing with my lender primarily, because he finna send over the list. I just asked my supplier to send me over the list of all the programs that they offer, because getting a mortgage, there's many different ways you can do it. You can get a mortgage as an investor. You can get a mortgage as a veteran. You can get a mortgage as FHA, USDA, and you can get a mortgage through a construction line of credit. You can get a renovation line of credit, meaning you can buy a home, get a renovation line of credit, and resell it. It's so many plays that I found out that they offer, and my lender is very lenient, because those are one of the lenders who trying to win, because the cross-country mortgage ranked number 2. So they trying to win. They trying to make sure that they can lend out as much as they can, But one thing that they do pay attention to is income. You have to make a decent amount of income just to keep this stability. You get what I'm saying? Just to be able to stabilize the place just for a minute until you sell it. Yeah. Getting an auto loan for $40,000 easy at 18. The only thing about it is you just got to smack some on your credit. Get an authorized user account, get a couple primary accounts. Because when you're 18, they're going to offer you a lot. They're going to offer you a lot of credit. It just really depends on your income. Because if you ain't making no income at 18, all they're going to do is repo it. Unless you're going to go through the process of hiring your vehicle, hiding it from Skip Tracy, and wait till they charge it off and try to get a court order title. Or if you already know what's going on, you ain't even gonna have them even put a lien on your vehicle. You get what I'm saying? So it's many ways to scratch a cat. It just depends on how you want to do it. Many ways. It's many ways. And auto loan is very good. Auto loan is very up there. Like, it's up there. If you got an auto loan on your credit, that is very good for the banks. Especially at 18 years old, a $40,000 auto loan that you make a positive payment history on. Yeah, I can see you getting a fleet of cars. So you 18, you got a $40,000 vehicle that you're paying on. You go back and grab an $80,000 car and put that on Turo and rent it out every single day. And the cars usually that I rent out will be high demand. They won't be a car that I feel like that's gonna sit, because you got to be mindful. There's a lot of competition out there, and you got to be able to beat the competition. But I want to pay it back and build a relationship with the bank. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's better to build a relationship. Discharging fun, like I explained it. Discharging is when you in survival mode and you ain't got no other choice. You might not have no money. You might be dirt poor. You get what I'm saying? And you might chose to discharge it. But for those who want to keep stability and want to and see the bigger picture, those are going to be the ones that maintain their relationship with the bank. And then all banks are not good banks to establish relationships with. Oh, shoot. It's best to establish relationships with banks that you know for certain that has a lot of good lending products, banks that works with their clients, banks that offer all sorts of products, so you could decide where to go, who to go with, and how to go about it. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man. But yeah, it's just like that. Y'all want to make sure that y'all on point with them payments to really get it going. What's so crazy is you don't even need an LLC to do any of this. You don't need a corporation or nothing. That's just when you get yourself up there, you become more structured. And then since your personal credit is good, you co-sign all of your corporate credit as far as like um, your corporate stuff, like your credit cards, your auto loans you're gonna get on the business side. You co-sign all of that stuff with your SSN or your EIN. I don't know which one you guys use. So it just depends on which one you guys use, the EIN or you use the social. Either one you chose to use is fine. Some people even use the CPN. Some people like a lot of people, been using the CPN number and it worked for them and it's perfect. This time I'm working the social. You get what I'm saying? I ain't never worked my social ever in life. I used my social before, but I never used it. You get what I'm saying? Like I had one credit card ever. I only had one credit card in my whole entire life under my social. No, two. But it was one that was a secure card. The other one was a real credit card. But I never got a chance to use it. So this the first time in life I ever had a chance to use my social. But one thing about the social is, remember, you can't mess up. So I wouldn't be using the social just to discharge everything, because everything gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Because I'm gonna tell you something crazy. A lender, like, let's just say this, right? I'm gonna tell y'all how it worked with trying to skip over on discharging debt. This ain't never happened to me, but a lot of people that I know, this happened to. Not none of my students, but this happened to people that I know, right? So there was a person who took out a personal loan under their social, right? I personally know this person. And when he took out a personal loan, it was from like like a hard, like damn near loan sharks people, right? So I guess he took out 5, 10,000, right? So he ain't pay it back. So they end up filing a UCC against him, and they end up going to court to get a damn, what's the name called again? A judgment. You get what I'm saying? A judgment, right? And so what they did was they hold all of his funds. So pretty much he go home with 25% of what he really make, and they keep the rest, garnishing his wages. Thank you. They garnish his wages. They keep taking all his money, and guess what? That's not the only person. It's another person went through Chase Bank, you maxed out all their credit cards, and Chase took that credit card debt to court, and they garnished their wages because guess what? They used it. Remember, they used the Social Security number, and by them using the Social Security number, they was able to take it to court. So if you're making money under that Social Security number, they get to garnish your wages. So guess what? When I had the EIN number, if you took that to court, I don't use my EIN. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful using your social and jagging it, because what they'll do is that they file a UCC against you, and they take that UCC to court and to garnish your wages. And say if you personally didn't show up to court, that's even better for them, because now if they get a default judgment against you, you would just suddenly just see money come out your bank account. And they can do default judgments in so many ways. Like if you work, they can just take it out your check. If you don't work, then you got a bank account under your social, they can garnish your wages from that bank account, because that bank account tied to your social. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say I got a bank account that don't have a social or EIN number. I tried to say I'm from American Samoa, so I wasn't even required to put down a social. I can give them my social, but my account that was not created with a social. It's a difference. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be very mindful of that to try to skip out on debt, and you utilizing that Social Security number, especially if you know you work under it, because they can garnish your wages, and they do it at the time you least suspect it. It'd be 2 years down the line, you relaxing with your family, all you know, your check is a little bit got a dent in it, and you wonder what it came from, and it's because they garnish your wages. These companies and corporations will take that debt to court sometimes. I'm not saying it happens to everybody, but it happens to somebody that I know that's really close. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said if you're using that social, you just better make sure that you on point with everything. But if not, if you want to be careless with it, you can too. There's many ways to dodge debt. It's a billion ways to dodge debt. The only thing about it is you're gonna have to fight for it. That's all. If you want to build a relationship, I'll say pay it back. It's two folds. Remember, you got two sides of the spectrum. You got one group of people that says everything we do, we are going to discharge our debt. We're not going to pay our light bill, our electricity bill, and we pretty much are the original creditors, and we're going to discharge everything, right? Cool. By discharging everything, that hurts the credit report, and that make the credit report suffers. Now you won't be enabled to extend to have more credit extended to you due to the fact that you want that just one thing discharged, other than building up your credit, obtaining property, real estate, cars, and multiplying your portfolio. And when you have that portfolio, you borrow against the equity in that property, rent it out, and you multiply that portfolio again. And by you constantly expanding that portfolio, it will enable you to get way more credit and way more debt in a good way, not the bad way. You get what I'm saying? So you got two sides of the coin. I'm more of the business side. Okay, I'm more business minded. So I'm thinking, what's the long term goal? Okay, you got your car, you discharge it, fun. That's nice. But what would happen if you was to pay this car and you go back to the dealership and ask them for another car, and that other car worked for both cars, and they're paying off both car notes every single month, and you expanding your portfolio more by adding more cars And now that car is paying for both of y'all car notes, and it's paying for the third car note, and that third car note is paying you monthly, and you got a mortgage, you paying on that. You borrow against that mortgage. You use the equity, you use the money from that equity to go ahead, and now you going to go get another construction property. And then you get that construction property, and now the value is this much. You sold that property, and now both properties going on your credit, and then you're on your third property. You get what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it more like you monopolizing it. You expanding your portfolio. You making sure that you constantly can get way more credit. After I seen that man on YouTube, I mean not YouTube, on Facebook, because I'm in the business credit card groups. I seen a man with $100,000 credit card limit. 100,000. I seen a Spark business credit card with $150,000 limit on her. You get what I'm saying? I seen a female with an American Express Gold card. The spending limit was $400,000. I seen her with a Platinum card. The spending limit was $200,000. You talking about some real credit moves out here. There's people out there with $500,000 worth of credit on a credit card with Amex, especially if you get the black card, or even if you go for the Chase Black card. Even if you go ahead and go grab a Bank of America, people getting $350,000 credit cards. Those are the people that's really that really understand how this works. And if you can get that much credit, you got to ask yourself, imagine you just skipped out on all that just because you want that one $20,000 debt discharged. Because what I'm saying is, by you paying it builds up the credibility. But you not utilizing your credibility like a consumer. So you're not a person who just buy a car, pay on it, and just say, oh, I have me a car. No, you pay on it just to get the credentials to monopolize your portfolio to grow even more. So you're not just trying to get the $50,000 car and hey, that's it. No, you want more than a $50,000 car. You want $50,000 cars. That means you want it 50,000 times. Because the female I just explained, who got a $400,000 limit, just imagine she just say, oh, skip this, I want to max out my car. No, because she got another car that got $200,000 limit. That's $600,000. Can you imagine having $600,000 on a credit card? Total 2 credit cards, $600,000. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You couldn't even imagine nothing like that. It's crazy. That's insane. People don't even get paid $40,000 a year, and you walking around with $400,000 on a credit card because of the knowledge that you understand, and also you realizing how banks lend. And now you learning how to structure up your business. Now you understand how to put more debt on your credit. Then you start realizing how sweet it is. And then you're like, dang, because imagine this. She got that. They ain't asked for no college degree. They didn't ask you how smart you was, what you send your report card through. You get what I'm saying? Come on now. Just with 400,000, just imagine what she can do. That's apartment building right there. That's a whole new home she can get constructed. Especially if she transfer the funds over to a bank account, because you can get a credit card processor. I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. Let's just say if you got 2 corporations and you got a bank account for each corporation, you can get a credit card processor for both of them, right? And this credit card processor will be, digital, right? So you got a $400,000 limit. It's nothing to transfer $350,000 over to the corporation and make up your own documentation. And you pretty much can do this, right? And then on top of that, pay the bank on a month-to-month basis. And then with that $350,000 you just paid, right, on the debit card, on the credit card, now you have liquid funds. With that $350,000, you the business, remember, you paying back, let's just say the minimum payment of $350,000, you paying back $5,000 a month. Right? Let's just hypothetically say $5,000 a month. And you take $350,000, you go to the bank and you want to borrow $3 million for real estate. Now you borrow $3 million from that $300,000. Now you got $3 million worth of real estate getting built. Now the real estate actual value of the homes once it's constructed, let's just say it's $7.5 million. You sold the properties, now you got $4.5 million back. And now you go back to the credit card people, pay them back. They extend the limit to $500,000. And you constantly utilizing it like that. And some people not looking at it like that. They not looking that far. That's what I'm saying. They not looking at it that deep. They just looking at it small, man. And they only thinking just discharge this little $200 credit card bill I have, but they not thinking about the totality of it. Yeah. They can't. They can't deny credit. Who said they can't? They can deny credit. I'm not saying you can't appeal it. You can appeal it. So if you was ever denied credit, that's why you'll come to me too, or you'll come to my man Tone. But you know, it's your credit criteria. That's the reason why you would get denied. It don't really have nothing to do just with like your race or anything like that. How much debt are you managing in order for them to trust you with certain debt obligations? You walking around, you think you finna have $100,000 credit card, you don't got nothing on your credit report that reflects that? No, it don't work like that. Not in the real world. Not in the real world. They want to see what's on there. That's why I want you to build up your profile as much as you can until you in the position. Then you go grab you a house. But this house only for an investment. You just think about the business aspect of it. Don't think about the house. Get 100, you get 100 of them built. Think about the business aspect. What can I do with this house? Okay, look. Let's just think. The house worth $450,000, and I can get a renovation line of credit up to the amount of value that the house has, which would be $450,000. If I can borrow $450,000 against the house, I wouldn't even need that. Let's just say if I borrow $150,000, you put a pool, you put a cabana, you upgrade the sinks, you upgrade the bathroom. I'm just saying you put the best cabinets, you put Italian marble on the floor, you upgraded the entire property. Now the house value is $700,000, right? $750,000. Let's say you pay back your renovation line of credit, and then they leave you with $150,000 in equity. You take that $150,000 in equity, and you go get your construction loan. And if they require 10% down, you put 10% down on $1 million build. And like I said last time, that value turns to what, 1.7 once it's developed. You sell that property for 1.7 and you walk away with $700,000 after paying your lender. You won. You won. You won. You won. And it costs $0 to get a renovation line of credit. It does not cost at closing or anything like that. You do not have to pay for closing costs. They're gonna make sure that the whole deal is sealed. They're gonna make sure that the what's the people name again? Your contractor is paid. They're gonna make sure that the job and the obligation is get done. And all you gotta do is pay on that until it's finished. And it's monthly installment. You probably pay on $150,000. You can be paying about $500-600 a month. They'll be done in 2 months with the renovation. A month, really, a month or and a half, they'll be done with the renovation. And after you're done with the renovation, the equity shoot up $750,000. Based on what I'm gonna put in there, be shoot up $750,000. So shoot up $750,000. You take then before you get the HELOC, you got to pay off the renovation. So now you got another installment paid off in your credit. So now you hold on, fella. So now you got the installment paid off on your credit. Then you go ahead and take a HELOC out. HELOC, like I said, you get 150. You walk away with 150. Then you go ahead and 10% down on a new construction build. With all that saying, with that other 50, you messing around paying your mortgage back. You doing this, you doing investments, you doing that. And by the time the construction property up, you ready to put that on the market. They go on the market, you walk away 700,000, everything gonna be paid up. And you continue to build. And you find other ways to make it. And that's what I'm doing now, family. And that's what I'm doing now. So that's free game right there. That's free game. Everybody can access that. Everybody can do the same thing. There's nothing special. It is nothing special, family. It's nothing special at all. Credit is a game. I just want you to learn how to play it. I don't want you to take that $5,000 credit card running to Saks Fifth. No, I want you to understand how to use it, how to multiply it, how to monopolize it, how banks work. 'Cause trust me, they want to give you the money. They want to give it to you. They want to give it to you bad, but they just don't trust you with it. Would you trust yourself with $250,000? No. Not with no education, not with no financial literacy, not with no true understanding. You get what I'm saying? So those who they do trust are the major corporations, Toll Brothers, Tri-Point Builders, with Perry Homes. That's who I went through, Perry Homes or Highland. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be in those positions where they trust you 100%. Banks shouldn't hesitate. You walk in a bank, they say, "Hey, Mr. X, here you go, 250,000." And they don't even hesitate giving you the money. They want to give you the money. That's how banks get paid. It's by extending credit. They don't get paid if they don't extend credit, but they don't want to give it to a person who high risk. If you're a person who high risk and it's scary to lend to you, no bank want to give you no money. I'll be scared to give you some money. It's too much money. Here, take a secure credit card of $200,000. Or a $200 limit. Can't give you no $200,000 right now. You're gonna burn it. You're gonna burn it. Peace, more. How you doing, Kane? You get what I'm saying? So you go into these banks. They want to give you the money. They just want to make sure that they are safe with you. So right now the bank's gonna see it. They're gonna yeah, we safe with Jaquan. Give him what he want. Give him that new construction loan. Give him that HELOC. But HELOC, you automatically gonna get that. If you have any equity in your home, you're gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? Well, if you chose not to take out an equity line of credit and you want to straight up sell the house, okay, that works too. You walk away with more money, probably walk away with $200,000. You walk away with $200,000, you go ahead and borrow $1 million to keep the other 100 and go on a vacation or something. And while your credit is constantly building, and remember, if I sold the house, that goes on my credit report. The renovation line of credit, which would be an installment, goes on my credit report. And the entire mortgage, it goes on my credit report. It's 2 big loans paid off. So you're really enabling yourself. Now you go into any bank you want to ask for whatever you need. It's not going to be no hesitation after that. Yeah, ain't going to be no hesitation after that. You go in the bank and ask for whatever you need. Now you go up in there and say, "Hey, man, whatever. What do you need, sir? I need to fill out. I need a loan. How much you need? I need $1 million. Here you go." Just like that. No arguing, no talking, none of that. They're gonna approve you fast, and they're gonna beg you. They're gonna beg you for you to take out a loan. Banks beg people who really got a perfect credit profile. They beg them to take out a loan. They beg them take out 50,000. That happened to my mother fiance. That happened to him. They begged him to take out 50,000. He just want to take it out, but he don't think like that on that level. So he just think like regular hardworking man. So it's cool, but everybody different. You ask me, do I want to take out 50,000? Sure, I'll take it. What can I do with this 50,000? Let's try to figure out what can we do. Let's multiply it. Let's figure out how can we borrow money with this money. Yeah. Yes. Yes, family. Start remodeling your home. If you want to remodel, I need you to contact this company. You're going to say Renify. RENO space Fi. So Renify. So you go to Renify. All you got to do is show them your master statement, which will be a mortgage statement. Or if you own a home, just show them your deed or whatever the case might be. You show them the deed of trust, and pretty much they're gonna get in contact with you. They're gonna ask you how much you need to borrow. They're gonna get you in contact with their lenders. If their lenders like it, they're gonna accept the application, and then once they approve it, you and the person who's gonna be remodeling your home is responsible to be at closing because they're gonna cut him the check soon. Y'all get there. You get what I'm saying? All right, I'm out, family. So look, if anybody needs to contact me for a consultation or anything like that, don't hesitate. Just hit me up. My phone number is 224-463-1848. Again, my phone number is 224-463-1848. All right, peace and love, fam. Have a good night, everybody. Peace and love. I'm out.